Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we have a bit of a futuristic knife from We Knife Co. This is the We Collinear. Yeah, Collinear. And the blade steel is M390. But check out this handle. This handle is definitely something different. We got two screws back here, one holding the clip, which this is the way I like to do my clips now, which is really cool. They did that, but then they incorporated a lanyard tube in that one. And look at the end. You can see the separation right there, right? See that line right here? This is an end cap. So the two scales, if you look, there's no screws on, aside from the pivot, on the actual body of the knife. So it has this two-piece clamshell construction. Then it has this end cap that screws in, that not only holds the clip, but keeps the whole knife together. Really cool machining on the scales right here. Then we have a very high front flipper. Kind of like these things always remind me of like Teletubbies, but anyways, it's kind of also reminds me of the spring-loaded flipper tabs, but it's not. It looks similar to one, and you can see how close that blade is to the actual scales because the entire blade sits inside the handle, which is really cool. But because this is so high relative to the pivot, you have a ton of leverage. So flipping action is, that was my fault, is phenomenal. It has really good flipping action. You kind of just light switch it. I mean, you have to light switch it because it's so high. There's no real way to push button it. But once you correct the detent, because the detent's not super strong, but because it doesn't have to be because of just the leverage point of the flipper. The jimping on the flipper is really good. It has a lot of bite to it, which is good. So nice and snappy. Now that is the only deployment though. So it is a single deployment knife with an internal stop pin, as you can see. I like these types of stop pins. These are my favorite way for a stop pin to be done. Whether it comes out or stays inside the handle, usually there's a track just like this. This is basically just showing you what it normally looks like on other knives that have an internal stop pin. This one's just exposed, which is pretty cool. And the blade, like I said, M390, and this one has a hand satin finish, beautiful hand satin finish. You can see the line goes straight down it. Definitely looks very futuristic, but it also has a really cool look to it, just staring at it, the lines are all, straight. They're very, I don't even know how to put it, but lots of lines going this direction, which adds something to the design. But when we move over to this side, you see how we have these lines over here. Now this side kind of breaks it up a little bit with this lock bar relief. Look at that lock bar relief. That is amazing. So there's 127 lock bar cutouts, and the clip is actually really good. The clip works great. Great ramp, lots of spring. It's long, and narrow, so there's not a lot of thickness to make it super strong, and I mean that in the best way, meaning it's going to be springy, so it's really nice and smooth in and out of the pocket. These are not rough. They're not catchy. Each one is knocked down and chamfered on the edge. Not that that would be an issue, but if it was under the clip, it would definitely be an issue. The sharpening tool and plunge grind is good. They definitely, missed the plunge with the edge. And man, look at those two, like the way this is a plunge right here and then the plunge over here. That looks kind of cool. Kind of like how a dagger is, because, oh yeah, I should have said this from the start. So this has a double taper. Maybe I can show you right here. Yeah, here we go. So you see how the thickest part is actually the center, that center line on the blade, that's the thickest part. So then it has a flat grind going down to the edge and a flat grind going to the spine. So the spine is very thin compared to the blade thickness, and then obviously the edge is nice and thin. Very sharp, and it is nice and thin behind the edge. The blade shape itself is going to work really well for utility cuts and, staying inside of a cut for slicing, because you're not going to lose any leverage all the way out to the tip. So you'll get the same amount of force all the way out to the tip, which is really good. Being that this is such a flat knife, you know, pinch grips are really good. Actually, any grip is really good. It's a very neutral handle, as you can see. The only thing is the blade is a little bit thin, so if you put your thumb on the back of it, you know, it might be a little bit, not sharp, but, you know, it could add a little bit of pressure onto that thumb if you're really intensely cutting. As far as some nitpicks and negatives, one is this lock bar. I wish there was a cutout right here. I'm sure you guys already knew I was going to say that. They did give you a relief on both sides. I do like the way this looks, but I just, you know, I don't like having to go to the front and like, you know, basically it's not uncomfortable on this one, but it definitely could be more comfortable. And going from the front, you know, you're basically pushing straight and then that way. I prefer to just come from the side, just push this way, but not a big deal. I mean, like I said, they still gave you a relief. It's not like it's difficult to disengage, but this is a slim knife. It's very slim, so, you know, the blade is not super thick, even at its thickest point, but also the lock bar is not difficult to get to, but I would prefer a nice, good cutout. I like the way they did the steel lock bar insert in there, too. How that is, that looks really cool. Adds to the character of the knife. The next nitpick that I would have is, and this isn't that big of a deal, but seeing that they have these stripes on this side, man, it'd been cool if they did something on this side too to basically make up for it. And it could be on the clip or just on the lock bar. I don't know. Just something where it says the same thing. You know, they look like almost two different knives, you know, when you flip it. Not that that's ugly or anything. And to be honest, I don't mind it. I kind of like it because it, like I said, it kind of breaks up, you know, I guess the design features. But anyways, I think that might be a little bit more appealing to some people, having it have not matching, but just a little bit more matching. Other than that though, I mean, great knife, nice stone washed, and well, actually this is a blasted finish, I think. Is this stone? No, it's stone washed. Nice stone washed finish. Then you got the polished little, well, they're polished, but the machine lines, love that. Matches the blade really good. It is an attractive knife, so I'll give them that. And I don't really have too many complaints. For the most part, you know, it's cool. A little narrow, you know, if you were gonna bear down, but I don't think this is gonna be one of those knives anyways. I do like how the construction is, you know, put together with the end cap and the clip, you know, and that lanyard that's hooked to the clip. That's kind of cool. Blade sitting completely inside the handle is also really cool. But yeah, not too many negatives at all. I love it if it had another deployment option as well, but it's impossible to do when the blade is sitting so deep into the handle. You know, how can you add another deployment unless if it was a front flipper, which that might have been cool. Have two Teletubby nubs. That might have actually worked. You know, same thing, just like on this side, so it'd be just like that. That might have actually worked. But they did not do that. So not a big deal. A lot of people don't really, they don't really fidget with their knives or anything, so that's not important to them. And some people actually really like plain blades that don't have holes or thumb studs or anything like that. A lot of people do like that, but some people don't. But anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.